Are you excited to see Crayola Fluorescent, hot fluorescent crayons today? I'm really excited to share these with you. Today I'm going to swatch them and show all the names for them and tell a little bit of background behind the fluorescent and neon crayons at Crayola. We're going to look at kind of compare them between the standard neon crayons that come in the crayon boxes now and what they used to be. And let me tell you, there are some colors like Blizzard Blue and Magic Mint that you cannot find anymore, and I wish they still had, because Sky Blue is not a substitute for Blizzard Blue. I'm Jenny from Jenny's Crayon Collection. I help you guys find the coolest art supplies for whatever project you're doing. And right now we're doing this crayon tournament on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and you can vote for your favorite color. And somewhere like in the middle of this year, a little bit after, we're going to be able to find out our favorite color ever. So if you want your favorite color to win, go and vote. And I have a blog post that I'll leave the link below, and I also have some other videos that you can check out for that crayon tournament. All right, let's get started on this. Here's a little history of all the fluorescent crayons from Crayola. This was probably the first one. You can see here, it was made in, I'll put it on the screen because I don't think it says on the box, but I have it recorded somewhere. And then they came out with the fluorescent crayons, and these are in 1988. And then they came out with a 16 pack, and this is the pack that I had when I was young in 1990 and in 1990 also. And then they made this box, which is Techno Bright, where they just renamed them, really cool names, in 1997. And then after that they discontinued them, and we don't exactly know why. I pulled up the patents for some of these. It's really cool. I love looking at patents. They made them in 1962. This was a patent that was referenced. I don't think this one was used. It's interesting. This one, I looked at some of the chemicals actually in here, and they're irritating to the skin. But these were not Crayola ones, I believe, because these ones were made, I think, in the 1970s. And another thing that you would probably worry about with fluorescent is radium, but Crayola didn't make fluorescent before 1970, and that's when kind of the radium thing was not allowed as much anymore. My guess is the reason there's some colors they discontinued. And I found this little note. This was a reference patent. It says the most commonly known phosphorescent pigments are sulfides of zinc, calcium, strontium, and cadmium. And so if some of these had some of those pigments in there that were metal, they probably discontinued them. And they tried to make a new way of making them. This is actually the chart. The P stands for phosphorescent, the F stands for fluorescent pigment, C for common pigment, and then L is the wavelength that it's going to be, because they want to make sure that they fall somewhere on this color wheel. There's a lot of thought that goes into making crayons and all this stuff. So there's a whole patent. I have these on my website if you guys like looking at patents. I do. I like seeing where everything is coming from. So that's a little bit of the history of them. So if you find a box, you're probably safe to use them. This is what currently comes. So we're going to compare some of the colors that used to come, and these are the ones that come now. Like I said, they put Wild Blue Yonder in here sometimes. Inchworm might have been there. Screaming Green has been there, but like Wisteria is not. And Carnation Pink. So they put in some interesting colors now for the fluorescents. This is the pack that currently comes in. So these are the current colors, and these are the old ones, which is the same that was in here. We'll compare them. I'm actually going to use my first ever box of crayons today, because I couldn't find my fluorescent crayons, the first box of fluorescent crayons I ever had. But I was able to find my first box of crayons, and they have all these fluorescent crayons that have been used stuff. So we're going to use those to color with today, and we're just going to compare it and make sure they're the same ones. Crayola kind of got rid of the word fluorescent, and now they use neon. And I don't know where my neon box is. I really need to organize my crayons in a way that I like say what's in each box, and I will, but I'm just getting to there. So what they have for fluorescents now are very interesting. They have Sky Blue that they put in. They have Atomic Tangerine. They They have Shocking Pink. I think they use Melon. Electric Lime. Laser Lemon. Outrageous Orange. Shamrock. I believe it's Shamrock. These are very interesting colors to be neon. Some of these are not very neon at all. I wanted to show you guys real fast the neon ones they included in this box. This is the neon. They only had 8. So it also, there's like a 32 count also. So they have Sky Blue in there. They have Atomic Tangerine. They have Screamin' Green. They have Purple Pizzazz, Wild Watermelon, Sun Glow. They have Shocking Pink. They also have Laser Lemon. So I don't know why. Sky Blue or Wild Blue Yonder, they are both not really neon to me. What do you guys think? I'm going to pull out this box. The flap is very loose. I have to be very careful with it. We're just going to make sure that we have the same colors in here that are in my pack, so that way we're getting the right swatches. So these are all the ones that came in this fluorescent box. I believe I'm missing some from my other box, so we are going to pull in, actually this was the second box I owned, the big box. It was 100 years. So we're just going through some history right now. I actually kept these in this order that they came in. You can tell it's all tape. Look at those. Those have been well loved. So we are just going to find them, and we're going to go through and see which ones we're missing so we can find those from the other box. Radical Red, Electric Lime, Purple Pizzazz, and some of these they still do have. And then we have Blizzard Blue, which is a favorite of a lot of people. Laser Lemon we do not have, so we will pull out Laser Lemon. These ones, you can tell I was a little bit older when I had them. And that one's not used, but the box is used, so I don't mind using it. Okay, Laser Lemon, but you can tell, look, it has a different wrapper type because the crayons were a little bit older. Shocking Pink. Okay. Magic Mint. I have Screaming Green in here, so what should I do there? So Screaming Green replaced, oh no, it did not. So that might be the other color I was missing in here. Yes, it is. Okay, Magic Mint. They also had a black, Wild Watermelon, magenta, let's see. How am I missing so many? That's a rose, a red. Oh wow, Wild Watermelon. They'll be easy to put back. Atomic Tangerine. Screaming Green. This one does not. It looks like Sun Glow. Vivid Tangerine. Okay, I don't think Vivid Tangerine is in there. Outrageous Orange. Outrageous Orange. How magenta we got? Unmellow Yellow. And then Neon Carrot. There was not a Neon Carrot in there, which is interesting. We'll do all of these, even the Vivid Tangerine, just because those are colors that would probably have been. Maybe there were some that were added later, and they might have taken out the black and added a couple of those. So you cannot get this box anymore. So I'm not going to use this box. We have all the same colors in different. And ones that I've already used. And they'll be easy to pick out to put back in because they are all that way. So we are going to first put these in order. There's a lot of pinks. and reds in here, as you can see. Oh, wild watermelon. I did have wild watermelon. I was just confused. And I wonder if that makes 16 now. I'll have to count them after I'm finished organizing them in color order. These will be interesting. They're so pretty, guys. I love them. And they just don't make them the same as they used to make them. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So maybe the Vivid Tangerine was an extra one. Maybe. I'm not sure. I also wanted to show you guys Glow in the Dark. It's a colorless crayon that you color over. So instead of like mixing it together all in one, it's probably fluorescent, and then it kind of uses the same thing, so it will glow. So yeah, they're already mixed together. And some of them there's a colorless blender, but it uses the same thing. Just a little history there. So we're on to Purple Pizzazz. How do you spell ZZ? Okay, Z. That's pretty. I'm gonna make sure I only press with the tip. I don't want to accidentally break these because some of them are extremely rare. Next, it's Hot Magenta. And then we'll go through the end and we'll see which ones are the same, like we still have, and which ones are discontinued. I know I have a couple of them that are discontinued. Okay, this is very close to, I think this one might be discontinued, but we'll see. It's very close to Hot Magenta. We'll see when we do the swatch. Yeah, it's very, very close. I'm really, really excited. Someone suggested that I do this one. I was like, yes, I'm totally up for that. These are some of my favorite crayons. These were Radical Red. These were some of my first crayons that I colored with, because it was around 1990 that I started like picking up some of the crayons myself, because I was about 10 years old. And I would walk to the local grocery store and get them. I was kind of obsessed. And when I couldn't find some of these crayons, I was like sad. I was like, what happened? Then I realized that they're collectible. Shocking Pink. That is super pretty right there. We have Wild Watermelon, which is still around. Have Outrageous Orange. So pretty. Okay, the next one we have is Vivid Tangerine. I'm not sure if this one is fluorescent. It might not be, but it looks like that. The color looks fluorescent, so we'll just put it in there. But you can see how it's just not as shiny. They do look shiny on there. Okay, Neon Carrot. This one is for sure discontinued, but that one is super fluorescent. Like I said, they might contain like metals. I'm not sure why they discontinued some of the colors and they couldn't find them again. Okay, Atomic Tangerine. you know, they might have discontinued this one because look at how close that is right there. They might have just said, hey, they are different, but maybe they just were like, oh, they're so similar. Okay, Sun Glow. We do have, I've noticed that we do have a lot on the spectrum. And they are light colors. Okay, so we have Sun Glow. Which does look like the sun. And Mellow Yellow. I believe this one is also discontinued. It's very hard to see. Okay. Our next one is Laser Lemon, which I believe is still around. We'll double check. I don't know if that one's been used before. I am trying to be very careful because I have broken crayons on here before. And it made me very sad. Electric Lime, which I believe is discontinued. It's very light. That's the very hard part too. If you saw that chart, I've talked about this. This is actually very interesting. So if we go to this chart that's in here, this is your color spectrum. And when I talk about sorting crayons, like the whites in the middle, you want to make sure you're not like super close to the middle, otherwise you can't see it. You can see all these, but once you start getting super close to the middle, you won't be able to see it. So that's one of the considerations probably, but the farther it is out, the more you can't, it doesn't look fluorescent. So you have to get that, this one, Screaming Green. You have to make sure that you definitely get that balance there. Screaming. I am not spelling screaming right. Okay. And then this one is definitely discontinued. It's Magic Mint. It has a different laydown. The other ones are a little more chalkier. This one has a different laydown than the other ones. So it could just be that whatever was in it, they didn't want to use that chemical anymore. This one is called Blizzard Blue. It's also discontinued. Okay, so here we go. Those are all our fluorescent colors. Which one's your favorite? I love all the yellows. They're very fluorescent. I feel like the pinks are not as fluorescent, but you get into these yellows and these oranges and even Screaming Green and you're getting it. Okay, now we're going to look at the colors from nowadays. So one that we still have is Screaming Green. I don't know if it's the same. Should we try that? We can try that real fast, guys. I know you guys might be curious about that. So this is, we'll call this Present. And we'll call this one the old one, right? Oh, that one's Electric Lime. Of course it wouldn't be the same. Old. Yeah, but they're slightly different. I don't know if you can tell that. So they probably changed the formula just a tad because of however they make it. So this is Present Outrageous Orange, which that one is very, I love that one. That one's really good. Outrageous Orange. This one's old. Those ones look very similar to me. So we have Present Wild Watermelon. Okay, and then we have the old one. So I'm guessing that one slightly looks pinker to me. The older one looks a little pinker. That one looks a little more orangey. Old Shocking Pink. Present, I mean. And then Shocking Pink from, let's see, Old. That one looks pretty similar to me. Okay. I should have probably labeled them. This is Razzle Dazzle Rose. That one's a present one. This one's the old one. Let's see. Looks pretty similar to me. This is Neon Carrot. Oh, I didn't know they still had it. Okay. And then this one's Old. Oh, they look similar. Okay, Sunglow. This is Present. And this one's the old one. This one's definitely a little chalkier than the other one. Okay. Present. Atomic Tangerine. This one's the old one. Okay, this one you can tell the difference. This is a little bit more orangey. That one is definitely a little bit lighter. Radical Red. Okay. Let's see, where's my Radical Red? Okay. Old. Looks similar to me. Okay, this is one Wild Blue Yonder that they threw in. So Present. And let's just compare. Which one is better? Like, they probably have a color that looks like that. I wouldn't pick that one. Electric Lime. Let's see, Present. This is actually a very good one. Electric Lime. Old. This one looks a little bit different too to me. This one looks a tad lighter, the older one. And Mellow Yellow, Present. This one's a very good one. The colors look, the crayons even look a little bit different, but they were able to get that. It's very similar. This one looks a little bit lighter. This one actually probably looks a little more fluorescent to me. Newer one. It's just, this one looks a little bit whiter. Later. Present. Laser Lemon. And this one's the old one. This one's a lot more silky. And then Carnation Pink. Which is not, I don't think we compared Hot Magenta. Okay. This is the Present one. The other one might have had some Hot Magenta. Okay. Did we do Purple Pizzazz? I don't think we did Purple Pizzazz. We did Razzle Dazzle Rose, right? Okay, Present. They just don't look, neither of those look very fluorescent. The greens definitely, and the oranges and the yellows look a lot more, maybe even that one, but this does not look very fluorescent to me. We have Inchworm and Wild Blue Yonder. They replaced Magic Mint, and Magic Mint was definitely more, these are better. This box is where they got rid of Blizzard Blue and Magic Mint, Britt Sienna, Teal Blue, and Mulberry. So it says, to celebrate our 100th birthday, we're giving Crayola Crayon fans a chance to make history. By helping us name 4 new crayons to begin our next century of color, these bold new hues need a permanent home inside our regular boxes. To make room, we need to bid farewell to 4 of the famous colors. Which ones? The choice is yours. 5 colors are slated for retirement. Only 1 can stay. Will it be Burnt Sienna, Blizzard Blue, Mulberry, Teal Blue, or Magic Mint? It's up to you. Save the shade you want to keep coloring it. So maybe it was not the formula in there. Maybe they would have changed it anyway. But these were the 4 new crayons that were introduced before they had names. And I'll put on the screen what they were. I don't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, that is cool. I didn't even realize I had just pulled out the box that Blizzard Blue and Magic Mint got retired in. So that's the history of the fluorescent crayons. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. Which one of these colors is your favorite? Do you prefer the new or the old replacements for Magic Mint and Blizzard Blue? I definitely like the older ones better. I'm so glad that I still have these boxes and I still have my old stubs that I can color with. I hope you guys enjoy some of the history, some of the science behind what's going on with crayons. I really love this box. It's really interesting and fun. And make sure you check out some more videos. I have lots of videos on all the different colors. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because I hope you guys find the coolest art supplies for whatever project you're doing. And we'll see you in the next video.